Happy Friday, everyone. It's Rick and Ksenia back with the weekly recap number 39. It's early for me, friends. I had a late night. How you doing this week, Ksenia?
I'm doing great. And, I think that this week we made a really great announcement, and this community should be interested in that. And I want to start this community recap with this because the great news is that really soon we'll be selecting additions to a Veeam Legends program. How cool is that?
Oh, it's very cool. This is the biggest milestone, kind of that second intake of the Legends. And, when you think about all of the different community operations at Veeam, we've got the R&D forums, we've got the community hub, and the Legends kind of elevate those personalities that are active there. And we've got the vanguards who are kind of more on their own identities. And then we even now have a little secret club called the Veeam MVPs, right? Internal from employees, right? So we've got all these different things going, right? And it's great to see this grow. And Ksenia, I know you've put a lot of work into that. Can't miss it at the top of the community hub site. And we'll make sure we put a link in the show notes, but I'm really excited for that for sure.
Yeah, me too. In any case, we'll put a link in the description of the recap, and you will see some additional ways to engage. Probably you didn't know how you can engage, and I was saying that there are different ways. You can go and share your expertise in blogs. You can start discussions. You can be active in Veeam user groups. You can be active in R&D forums. And we're really trying to expand all these areas to make sure that everyone can find probably the right way of engagement for him.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, you got to have this, because not everything fits for everybody. And that's one of the beautiful things about this. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but community was busy this week, of course, and we have some content to highlight. So I would like to start with the next episode of Notorious Cube Genius Joe and Junior Joe's story. I love that. And this time, Notorious Cube Genius Joe, such a long name, but I want to pronounce, it's in a full way. It's about leveraging the external authentication to protect the custom setup. And I like it because Jeff added not only all the steps, what has to be done, but he also added really useful links to documentations. So you may see it here and there, and as you go further, for all the stuff okay, you create an application, what you do next. It's really good mix. It's really good combination because you can see all the steps that have to be performed alongside with the documentation added in it.
Yeah, this is a great one from the notorious KGG. I'm telling you, that name is going to stick. Mark my words on that. But I like this because even with other backup strategies, backup technologies, like of other data sources, this same principle applies. This is a different administrative boundary. This is a really good idea. Jeff walks you through it here. So really good one here. You've got both of them there. Love it. Yeah. Kubernetes continues on, but actually, if I remember, Ksenia, we got something else bubbling up in Kubernetes world.
Yeah. And for all Kubernetes lovers out there, we just launched a Kubernetes Corner. So this is a group to start, contributing and joining Kubernetes communities. So everything cloud native DevOps. So join us and, ask your questions. We have Michael Kate there. Hopefully we'll have some more custom people R&D there because I know that Michael wanted to have this access to product teams too. So join us. And we just started it this week. And I will also add the link to this group in case you missed that. But I think, that will be something really interesting to follow, because it's all about containers and all this stuff.
Indeed. But I'm looking here. It looks like we didn't break the rule. We broke the rule about broken the rule. We have 3.
Oh, yeah.
So what's number 2?
Yeah, we are breaking the rule of breaking the rule. So I love that. So it's a blog post delivered by Michael Poole, our Veeam legend. And it's interesting blog post because Michael's experience with many Veeam solutions. And this time he's exploring the features that he has never seen before. And it's Veeam backup replication monitoring feature, tape drive alerts. And he's just sharing his experience with this. So how he noticed that, why it's important, what it shows you, some examples. Yeah, I think that's great, Even when you experience, you still keep finding out new things.
Yeah, this is great. I think that this comes down to the way that Veeam backup and replication communicates to the tape drive with the drivers and stuff, and the thought of interacting with the hardware, we have to be aware of conditions. And these are pretty standard sets of alerts, and there he links to it in the vSphere help guide. And I was even looking through that this morning. I'm like, I didn't even know we did that. That's actually really cool. Like, or like if they're cleaning cartridges in, we have an alert for that. That'll come back in the console. So this type of stuff is really important. But the voltage, I mean, I can tell you, Ksenia and Michael, I've done some work in industrial applications back in the day. In fact, one of the tape stories I didn't tell on the other webinar was about we had to put in these line conditioners and stuff to clean the power because, sometimes the electrical engineers would get a little lazy, just like, step 3-phase down and give you, like 138 and think it'd be good enough volts or something like that. I can't remember exactly the math, but it was dividing 480 by 3 or something like that. So it's like, it's not so good. Anyways, good one here, Michael. So I really appreciate this type of stuff. Kind of gives me like chills back to my old days, but it's good that we're catching this problem.
Yeah, like, did I miss something? Why I don't know about that? Like, no way. Okay, so we are ready for the third one. And look here, we got again Christian Ramosa. So we had his debut last time, so we highlighted his another blog post about Petit Patam. And this time he's sharing guide on how to install Veeam Backup and Replication Community Edition with a dedicated SQL server.
Yeah, I like this. So the full database, a dedicated SQL server, that's one of those things that people find out where the built-in database isn't going to be big enough. And this is a way to do a proof of concept or, test installation, even with Community Edition, with thoughts in mind of bigger and longer and larger installations. So this is a good one. And the other thing is it's easier to start this way than it is to move it. That's kind of the takeaway, right? So if you are planning an installation, it's going to grow. My thought has always been build like it'll double and triple in a couple of years, right? So the thought is to just go ahead and start this way. Start with dropping the database on a dedicated SQL server. So nice one, Chris. I like it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that and keep it up. Thanks to all contributors. So to sum up today's community recap, so first, keep in mind that second Veeam Legends intake is happening soon, and you still have time to climb up to leaderboard and get in. Second update that you have to keep in mind, Kubernetes Corner. We just launched it and we look forward to your questions, to discussions all about cloud native and DevOps. Join us. And yeah, I think that would be it for today. What do you think, Rick?
Yeah, I think that's it. You organized it and covered it well. Yeah, I really appreciate everyone's contributions. It's been a busy week, and who knows what next week we'll have, but I know we'll have some surprises.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you for watching, everyone, and see you in community.